She wore velvet and diamonds, the pride of her name. Raised among the wealthy where every day looked the same. Her father owned the bank that stood in the center of town, and every door was open when the carriage rolled around. One afternoon she saw him waiting by the rail, a cattleman with dusty boots and wind upon his trail. His hands were strong from labor, his shirt was old and worn, yet something in his smile made a new world be born. Where the prairie meets the sky, that's where our hearts belong. Not in halls of silver where I've lived for far too long. Let the rich folks talk and let my father disagree. No amount of gold can buy what you've become to me. I'll trade the grand estates for a cabin and your hand, for a life beneath the stars upon this rugged land. And though the world may say our love can never be, the prairie knows the truth of you and me. They met beside the river when the evening shadows fell, sharing dreams of freedom neither dared to fully tell. She spoke of expectations and a life she couldn't choose. He spoke of open ranges and a love he'd hate to lose. Her father learned the secret and his anger shook the walls. He swore she'd never follow where a poor man's future calls. But she looked him in the eyes and said, "You can't decide my fate." Then packed her things that very night and slipped beyond the gate. Where the prairie meets the sky, that's where our hearts belong. Not in halls of silver where I've lived for far too long. Let the rich folks talk and let my father disagree. No amount of gold can buy what you've become to me. I'll trade the grand estates for a cabin in your hand, for a life beneath the stars upon this rugged land. And though the world may say our love can never be, the prairie knows the truth of you and me. He was waiting by the cottonwoods where the moonlight touched the ground, with two horses standing ready and not a soul around. Together they rode westward as the dawn began to rise, leaving wealth and expectations far behind. Years later they would laugh about the life they left behind, for every day together was a treasure they could find. And she never once regretted the choice that set her free to follow love instead of luxury. Where the prairie meets the sky, that's where our hearts belong. Not in halls of silver where I've lived for far too long. Let the rich folks talk and let my father disagree. No amount of gold can buy what you've become